anonymous question for you.
Mm-hmm.
What advice would you give to single Christian individuals in navigating these dating streets?
Single and Christian dating in the streets, not in the church. Did you hear that? They weren't in the church. Okay. Clearly. Okay, got you. I heard never mind. I heard something about drummers in the church, and I just, yeah. See, you heard the same thing, didn't you? I knew it. It's bad? Okay. I'm glad you could. Thank you for validating that for me. Okay. One of the biggest lessons I learned from dating is that, one, dating is not about the other person for me. Can we start there? Dating is about me. When I date, it's because I enjoy this individual. It's because I enjoy the experience. I enjoy having fun. I'm going out because I want to have a good experience. I'm not going out about him. Okay. Do you like me? Check yes or no. Maybe so. Right? It's not about that. And a lot of people date wondering, how can I make this person like me? How can I make them see my value? People will see your value when you know your value enough to know that as we're going out on this date, I'm going out to experience this person who can either add or subtract value into my life. So as you're out dating, especially from a spiritual standpoint, you're dating to be intentional about whatever experience you're looking for in that moment. So if you're looking for fun, if you're looking for joy, if you're looking for deep conversation, if you're looking for companionship, whatever that thing looks like, but be intentional about accepting invitations from people who can provide that. This is why I said that the word Christian is really just a placeholder, because he can be Christian all day and provide you none of those experiences. I would never forget the most Christian date I went on. I'm looking at him. Look, I ain't saying no names, but someone set me up with somebody. Sat down, and I was like, hi. I was like, hi, my name is Brittany, and nice to meet you. And he's like, yeah, well, listen, God is sending me a wife, and I need to know these things from you to see if you the one God sent. I said, okay, can we order first? Because I'm hungry. Okay, I came here for food, right? And we had this whole conversation, and as I'm talking, and we're having a conversation, literally every conversation was about, is she a wife? Is she a wife? Is she a wife? And it came down to travel, and I was like, yeah, I'm getting ready to go. It was my 30th birthday, so I'm like, I'm going to Greece. He's like, well, who are you going with? I'm like, by myself, because I love solo travel. Like, I'm going by myself. He's like, oh, okay. I said, where would you like to go if you could go anywhere? He starts naming all these places. I'm like, you should go. No, I'm waiting for my wife. Okay. Well, hope you find her. And I literally told him, I said, because I'm not waiting to live my life. I'm not waiting for a man to validate my ability to have this experience, right? He can be Christian all day, but does he have substance? Right? Does he have the ability to be in link with you emotionally? Can he hold a conversation? So you have to be intentional to say, what experience do I want to have, and allow God to lead me through that experience. There have been many guys that I liked, and God was like, girl, stop. And I was like, but come on. He got good teeth. Please. He is cute. And the most, but if you date correctly, dating grows you up. If you've been in my tribe long enough, you guys have, and if you're on the I Am Worthy podcast, I talked about when I was dating a guy and I was like, oh my God, he's perfect. He's exactly what I want. And I'm like, okay, this is him. And so I start calling him. I'm like, he's Brittany made, like God made him for me. Like we only been on one date and he was mine. I laughed and I was serious. I was like, no, it's him. And I will never forget, he calls me before our it was literally first date. So he called me before our second date and he's like, yeah, so I'm going to get back with my ex now. Me being the good Christian I was, I said, you know what? You should do that. I'm happy for you. Be happy, live well, be strong. hung up the phone and I was like, what's the problem, right? And I go to God and I was like, God, like he was perfect. Like, why did I even meet him? If he wasn't the one, why would I have to meet him? Okay. Everybody else out here is trash. I liked him. Why couldn't he be the one? Had a whole temper tantrum. Woke up the next morning and, God set me down. He had a conversation about, Brittany, I can't give you the man that's for you, because if I gave him to you now, you would sacrifice who you are for him like you did in your last relationship. I.e., you haven't grown up enough to have the man you want. Yeah, that was like 9 o'clock in the morning. I was like, this is heavy for the start of my day. Can I brush my teeth? Okay. And I never forget, I journaled in my journal the exact date a year later. I was going out on a date. I went out on a second date with a guy, and we're having a conversation. We're talking. And in that conversation, there were some red flags that popped up, right? And this was someone who he referred to himself as a black unicorn, because he was, a very well-established black man, no children, never married. So all of the things on a checkbox that typically a woman would want in a man. So he was like, hey, I'm a black unicorn. I said, oh, okay. So I'm leaving, I get in my car, and as soon as he walked me to my car, this is how God works. This is why you have to listen to what God is saying. He closed my car door, get in my car. The minute my car door closed, God said, he ain't it, stop dating him. He ain't it. He checked all your check boxes, I know. It's not him. And I drove off, I was like, well, I'm never talking to him ever again. That's just gonna be what it is. And I didn't realize it, but it was an exact year later that I had passed the test that I failed a year before. That in that year, I learned that I'm gonna be okay, despite the fact that this man ain't what I wanted him to be. That I'm going to be okay. It's not about getting the man, it's about becoming the woman who attracts the man, right? And so instead of latching to a man that you like because you like him and getting lost in him, I'm teaching you how to be on your own. I'm teaching you how to stand by yourself so that you don't keep relying on other people to be your emotional filters. So that you don't keep relying on other people to make you feel beautiful, to make you feel relevant, to make you feel important, to make you feel smart, to make you feel whatever it is you feel you lack. I'm teaching you that you're all those things before you go into partnership so that you don't drain your husband. Because how many of us have drained our partners by assigning them positions that they were never designed to be? Right? And then beating them up as if you failed me. No, I failed myself. Right? And so this is why I say it's not about Christian dating. It's having a relationship with God to say, God, show me where I'm lacking so that I can become the thing that I'm trying to get out in this world. We talked on live a few weeks ago about we live in an ecosystem. So what I want to get from the ecosystem, I have to be able to provide. But how can I provide from an empty place? If my hand is always out, I have nothing to give. So living in harmony with yourself is really learning, how do I constantly pour into me? How do I constantly pour into myself so that I have something to give my partner without just sitting there with my hand open and like, hey, you didn't make me feel pretty today. You didn't make me feel needed today. But I can actually, on the days where he is falling short or the days where he needs me, say, hey, babe, don't trip. I have enough for both of us. So even on the days where you lack, I can make up the difference. I've now become a helpmate. Make sense? All right, I forgot the question. I don't even know.